Hey, what's up? Are you ready for love? How come that's the only part I know about that song? I don't know any other words to that song. That's it. Are you ready for love? Don't y'all think that India Irie and Music Soul Child made a cute whatever? Yeah, like back in the neo soul days when that's all we were listening to. Damn, India Irie and Music Soul Child were it. They were like relationship goals for a little while. Yeah, remember that. Anyway, speaking of India Irie, yo, listen. My son is two. Justice. Justice thinks every time he sees India Irie that it's me. Every single time. If you go onto YouTube and you look up India Irie and Elmo, they're singing the ABCs. Every time my son sees that, he thinks it's me. Anytime he sees India Irie. And I think it's because I sometimes wear a wrap on my head. So that's why my son thinks that is me every time he sees India Irie. Okay, it's so cute. Like he's like, "Mommy, that's mama." Anyway, so and plus I sing him his ABCs all the time. I've been singing him ABCs since he was born. Like the day he came out. That very day, I was like ABCDEFG. Now he know them ABCs and them 1, 2, 3s like it's nobody's business. Okay. He like, I'm two. I know ABC. I know 10 plus 10. I know, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Anyway, I dive off of the topic. Anyone who is watching my live streams on YouTube, please keep in mind that it is time for you to subscribe to my channel. A lot of people do not subscribe to my channel, but they watch me all of the time. I look at my demographics. I see y'all up in here. Y'all up in here watching me. Okay? But you're not subscribing to the channel. And then when you subscribe to the channel, you forget to hit the notification bell. Now, let me just explain something to y'all about this notification bell and being subscribed to somebody's channel. That shit don't work no way. But still, just do it for entertain me. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Entertain me. That's all I'm saying. Because I've noticed like the people I'm subscribed to, I don't even see their videos in my feed no more. Not even on my subscription list. I literally have to go find them. Or I'm like following them on another social media platform, like Instagram or something. And they be like, I just posted a video. I'll be like, what? On YouTube? And they be like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I go look at it on YouTube. That's how I go. So, listen, dude, this is what I decided to do about live streams, okay? Live streams I'm going to do on Instagram. So you have to follow me at the Real Soncerae, all right? Free live streams. But on YouTube, it's going to be membership only. And I'm going to start this April 1st. I might do it before then. But I think it's just going to be April 1st when I decide to do it, okay? So you're going to have to do paid membership in order to see my live stream. Participate in my live chats. There are also other perks and incentives about being a member. I'll get to that in due time, okay? But follow me on Instagram at the Real Soncerae so you can see all of my live streams, okay? So you won't miss nothing. All right, so if you didn't check out my last live stream, let me give you a little slick recap, right? I was talking about how some men need to be demoted off of the roster and women need to go ahead and have a roster, meaning leaving the options open when they're just dating men. Shouldn't be having sex with these men, but definitely should be dating more than one man at a time, right? I don't know why women date one man at a time. I did it for a little while and I was like, this is a bad idea. This is worse than actually juggling a whole bunch of men. You need to be dating at least 4 or 5 men at the same time. Men do it to women all of the time. I'm not telling women to be like men, but what I'm saying is this is one of the tactics that men do that women need to adopt. So you need to go out here and date 1 to 5 men at a time, 2 to 5 men at a time. Don't date one man at a time. I didn't say be promiscuous. I didn't say jump on all 5 penises. I'm just saying date 5 men at a time. Now, as we sit here and we're talking about dating when I did this live stream, men was like, men supposed to wait 5 dates before they had sex because we started talking about how many dates before it's time to have sex. And to me, 1 ain't it, 2 ain't it, 3 still ain't it, 4 ain't it, 5 definitely ain't it. If you're looking for somebody to be in a relationship with, first 5 dates, maybe 6th or 7th date, maybe 10th, 10th or 20th date, okay? You got to really spend some quality time with someone. That's what fellas too. Don't be so anxious to give your penis to somebody. I mean, damn. I think people think the reason why they should get in a relationship is just so they can have sex, and sex is the only incentive of being inside of a relationship. Okay, so anyway, as we were sitting here and we were talking about how many dates you go on before you had sex, somebody came into my comment section and said something stupid. You know, stupid boy came in there and said something crazy. He was like, if a woman is expecting a man to wait 4 to 5 dates to have sex, she gonna be the one who, left at the restaurant having to pay for her own food. Now here's my thing. Here's my thing. High value women or women who are worth anything 9 times out of 10 can pay for their own meal. They're not going on a date just so you could pay for a free meal. If you have a little intuition in the back of your mind, fellas, that a girl is only being on a date with you so she could get a free meal, you picked the wrong chick to take on a date. All right, this is why you kind of got to talk to these chicks first, see where they head at first before you take them out on a date. 9 times out of 10, you could kind of tell when a woman is only trying to go on a date with you to get some free food or a free drink or something. Then at the same time, dating is supposed to be fun. Okay, dating is supposed to be something that, you go out there and do, and you're taking a risk. All right, you're taking a risk as far as your feelings, as far as your money, as far as your relationship. That's just what you're doing. Okay, so sometimes you got to charge something to the game. So if you get on a date with somebody and they just used you for a free meal, that's just you charging it to the game. You understand? You taking the risk anyway. You're supposed to be out here having fun, not counting how much money you're spending on a date. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I remember I said, listen, ladies, don't be going on no coffee dates with dudes, going out to Starbucks and shit like that. No Netflix and chill your first 5 dates, because that lets you know where a man stands financially. And a man's finances are very, very important in the long run. And I had to learn this the hard way. Okay? Because for me, it was like I always had money. It didn't matter to me who paid for the date. Because I was like, if I'm dating, I'm financially in a good place to be dating. If you can't pay for a date, you don't need to be dating. Okay? If you can't pay for something better than Starbucks, Pete's Coffee, some crumbs, Netflix and chill, then you don't need to be dating. So for me, I never really cared about whether a man paid for the date or not, but this was a mistake. And let me tell you the lesson that I learned, all right? How much money a man spends on you on a date does determine how much he values you. If you are a high valued woman, a man wants to spend high valued money on you. That's usually just how it works. Now, men try to act like men got this mind fuck thing that they do. Men claim they don't want women to use them for money. I'm sorry. Men claim they don't want women to use them for money, but men put so much emphasis on their money and how important it is to them, or the lack thereof. Like the one thing that men like to have and do is, put it this way, 3 things: sex, women, okay, money, nice cars. Men like this stuff, right? They put a lot of value into this stuff, right? So if it wasn't so important to them, I don't think it would be gold diggers existing. Then it's men out there who feel like the more money they got, the more they should be able to have access to women. All right? It's men out there that feel like that. There's a lot of arrogance, a lot of conceit. That's what we got. That's what we got to deal with. And so my thing with women is, how much money a man spends on you on a date determines who he is financially, where he stands. If he's paying for the date and it's a lot of money, right? And it doesn't bother him that he's spending that money, usually he just has money. He's financially in a good place, doesn't matter to him. Just like I said, when I had money, it didn't bother me. When I had more than enough money, it didn't matter to me who paid for the date. Usually people who are wealthy, they don't care. They could toss out $100 like it's nothing. When me and Priest, my son's father, went on our first date, I didn't care how much money it was. I just slapped some money on the table. He told me he didn't have enough. I just gave him some more. And we was going to go half and half. And so when you have money and it's flowing freely to you, you really don't care. So, ladies, you want a man who really don't care. I mean, not care to a point where he's spending on ridiculous stuff, but a date, come on. A first, second, or third date ain't supposed to be over $100. Now, anyway, depending upon where you go, it could be a... But anyway, so anyway, This guy was saying, well, if she's planning on going 5 dates without having sex, she's gonna see, she's gonna end up paying for, her meal on her own and get left at the restaurant. And my thing is, well, any high value woman anyway, she's gonna be able to pay for her own meal. That's number one. And number two, you mean to tell me, in the minds of men, when you pay for a date, that means that you feel like you automatically just deserve some snatch? Huh? Is that what it is? So you paying for some snatch. Why go on a date then? Why don't you just go get a prostitute and, sleep with her and then pay her to leave? Because that's really what you paying a prostitute for. You're not necessarily paying her for the sex. You're paying her to leave you alone afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like you paying her to do the job and then bounce. Because if it was really about you, being attracted to the woman, you will want to be around her more and spend time with her even after y'all had sex. So let's be real about what you're doing with these prostitutes. You understand what I'm saying? So you kicking out that bread. If you feel some type of way because you kicked out some money for a date, right? And you don't have sex with the girl after that, your whole intention was basically just to have sex, not really to go on the date at all. A date is not a place where you do a sexual transaction where it's like, okay, we'll pay for this date since you're getting a free meal. Why don't you give me some ass? That's not how that works, fellas. If you've been on 5 dates and you expecting some ass, you're lame. Okay, because sex is easy to get. It's not that hard. You don't even have to pay for it. Okay, if you're the type of man that you're just looking for sex, then go find you a woman who's looking for sex. A lot of times when women are dating, they're trying to figure out, are you the man that they want to be in a relationship with? That's the reason why y'all keep meeting over and over and over. We're talking about a commitment here. You don't just get one meeting. It's like a job. Okay, this is what I learned about California. In California, they don't do one job interview. They do like 5. Okay, before they even give you a job, you got a panel, you got a phone screening, you got a video screening. Y'all here doing everything just to get this job, and then you have a probationary period. Yeah. So when you're dating someone and you're on date number 5 and you're expecting sex already, no. Now, if you've been on 5 dates, right, and you're considering leaving a woman in a restaurant to pay for her own meal because you done paid for 5 meals already, there's another thing that's wrong with you. Why the fuck do you keep taking her to a restaurant? You mean to tell me 5 dates and every date has been y'all sitting at a restaurant? Y'all can't think of nothing else constructive to do? Go to a damn bookstore. Go-karting. Go golfing. Bowl or something. Skate or something. Go paint. Go sip and paint. Do something other than continuously going to a restaurant over and over and over again. By the time that 5th date come, it's time for you to have thought of something else other than taking a woman out for a free meal. Even if you at date 3, let's say you went out to dinner the first time, you went out to dinner the second time. By that 3rd time, you need to be trying to figure out something else for y'all to do. Go to Top Golf, go to the indoor skydiving place, or go to the indoor hiking place. Go swimming. I mean, something. And if you are at 3 to 5 dates and you still out here giving out meals, you don't know what you're doing. So you should be frustrated for a whole nother reason, not just because you got to take some woman out for free meals. Okay. So again, the whole premise of a woman out here using a man for free meals, really, that's something that little tiny girls do. They ain't got shit. Okay. A woman who has been to as many restaurants as I have, traveled to as many places as I have, I'm not about to go using for a free meal that I can go get myself. I can go pay for my own damn Red Lobster. You understand? I could go pay for Olive Garden. you know, I could go pay for Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm on the date with you, I'm spending time with you. I'm getting to know you. This is quality time here, not for me to use you for a free meal. And if you're dealing with a woman who is trying to use you for a free meal, you done picked the wrong one to take on a date. Use your instinct, fellas. Women who ain't shit 9 times out of 10 kind of show you that. Okay, just like men. Men will show you. You just got to know what the signs are. You got to know what the signs are. If every time a woman wants to see you, she wants to go out to eat, there's a possibility that she's using you for a meal. All right? Listen, it's ratchets out there that's like that, but I'm telling you, most women who got it together, they're not interested in that. So anyway, let me look at my chat. I know y'all got something to say. I know y'all got something to say up in here because you're always talking. B Productions, what's up? Thanks for the support. K Touted, I'm always in the car because people like you don't know how to manage your business. Like I tried to do videos elsewhere where people be looking all in my house trying to figure out where I live at, all on Zillow.com, looking through the house, taking pictures and stuff. Like, damn. Like the shit, I can barely do a live stream in the car. People try to figure out which car I'm driving today because I got so many. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, y'all. Y'all supposed to be listening to what I'm saying, not what I'm driving. This is the family vehicle. This is the vehicle that, like, the dog is in here. You know, my usually my son's car seat is in here. I try not to have my fam in the luxury vehicles. Okay, my family is a trip. You heard me? Spilling damn pretzels and shit everywhere, and damn toy cars all over the place, and just a mess. When my family get out the car, it's bags of stuff, food everywhere, trash everywhere. I be like, you know, like, damn, y'all know I got the clean. Oh, I love a clean car, by the way. I love a clean car. Listen, when you, oh my God, the worst thing I've ever done is live in a car. When I lived in that damn truck with Priest, I was like, oh my God. It was like so hard to clean. Living in a car is hard. Like, has anybody ever lived in a car? Oh my God, that shit is like terrible. Anyway, that's why I'm in the car. I do my videos in the car because I don't want to do them in the house or my job or any place that people can look behind me and try to figure out where I am, because that's what people do. They weirdos like that. That shit creepy. They be looking behind me like, oh, is that the dentist office behind Soncerae? Let's dial that number. Trying to figure out which street she's on so we can Google Maps and satellite and see where she at. That's shit's creepy. But people do it, you know? So because I want to be so private as far as my house goes, I'm not doing any videos inside of my house. I might start doing videos inside of my house if I decide to get a backdrop or get like some kind of setup. I don't want to do them in my bedroom. I used to do them in my bedroom. People were looking in the back of the bedroom, what kind of bed I got, or just weird, creepy stuff. So, and plus, I'm always on the go. Like, I'm always going somewhere. I'm always, like, I'm never still. I'm always working. You know, I got my businesses, my transportation business going on, my damn carrier business, my damn graphic design business. I got so many things that I'm doing that I literally just do not have time to sit still for longer than like an hour. Like the last time I did a live stream for 2 hours, I was like surprised. You know what I mean? But I think I was talking about the COVID-19, the coronavirus, so it was easy for me to sit down and like talk about that for 2 hours. But I usually don't like to do live streams for a long time. Okay. It's about dating is about getting to know a person. Okay, B Productions. How would I know she even wants me? I'm not giving my money to a woman who don't even want me. See, that's the problem. You got your head somewhere else. Okay, so listen to this. When you meet a woman, right? And y'all talking on the phone, you don't know if she wants you. That's the purpose of the date, to see if she wants you, to see if y'all want each other, not just to see if she wants you, to see if she wants you and you want her. That's the purpose of the date. Now, as far as being a man, right? Being a man, the responsibility of being a man is being able to know how to court a woman and treat a woman and provide for a woman. These are all things that you got to show from the beginning. You don't just wait a couple of dates and then just decide to be a good man after the sixth one. I'm not saying give women all you got from the beginning. All I'm saying is pay for the date. Pay for the date. It proves a lot about you. Pay for the date. Like, think about it. Women are women. We're going out here and we're getting our own money now. There was a time traditionally where we couldn't go out there and get our own money. We couldn't date. We couldn't go to college. We couldn't be doctors. We couldn't tie our own shoes. Nothing. We couldn't do any of that. And so now we're at a time where women are executives, attorneys, doctors, you know, working in tech, you know, stuff like that. We have our own money. So it's women out there that's paying for dates, which that was me, paying for dates. But then the gender roles start to get fuzzy. So what I'm saying is, when you first start meeting, when you first start dating a woman, and this can get expensive for you if you're not careful, okay? Dating 5 women at a time can be financially straining. So you might want to be careful with that. Like you might want to do levels. with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in my last live stream, listen, there's some guys that I only text, and then there's some guys that I might call. It's levels. Like you get incentives after you done passed a certain phase with me. Okay, it's about earning. Where you stand with me. So I think men should do that with women too. You shouldn't just go around and take 5 women on a date in the same weekend. You know what I mean? Like that's no. You know, take your time. If you're dating 5 women, okay, you can date Kelly Friday. Then that next week, you can date Samantha that Saturday. If you get paid every week, you know what I mean? Put money to the side to be able to go out there and date. Usually people who are budgeting, they do that anyway. They have a budget to where they put all of their money as far as entertainment goes into one, place. People do that. So you just have to be responsible with it. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't, just like I'm telling women to go out here and date like 5 men at a time. Men, you can date 5 women at a time. You just have to be selective. You have to budget. When I'm telling women to go out here and date 5 men at a time, I'm not telling her to just date any Tom, Dick, and Harry and put every single dude on the roster. I'm saying some dudes need to be at the top of the roster. Some dudes need to be at the bottom of the roster or don't even be on the roster at all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on. So you got to be careful with what you're doing, regardless to which side you're on, regardless to what gender you're on. You're not going to know whether the person that you are going on dates with wants you or not until after you've been on a couple of dates. That first date through 3 should let you know whether this is somebody you want to continue spending your quality time with or your money on. If you on date number 3 and you still sitting there confused about whether or not you're for the date, maybe you shouldn't go on date number 4. I mean, because I know of men out there that be on that first date, be like, nah, and then don't take her on the second one. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Like when you see red flags, a lot of men and women see red flags, and then they give these niggas the benefit of the doubt, and these bitches the benefit of the doubt. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you see something wrong, first, like, I don't know if I want to spend money on another date, or if I don't even know if I want to spend my quality time, because you spending 2 things. You spending your quality time and your money on a woman. And a woman is coming into this situation and she's spending her quality time with you, which is still as valuable as your money. Don't get it twisted. Both of y'all spending something. Because I can tell you like this. Soncerae Smith, if I'm sitting in front of you and we on a date, I'm spending time with you when I could be spending time working, getting some money, being around my kids, walking my damn dog, doing a workout, reading a goddamn book, something other than kicking it with you. Because I don't like idle time. You understand? Like, I don't like sitting down chilling. Sitting down chilling ain't even really my favorite thing to do unless I'm tired. And when I sit still long enough, I'm going to sleep. So if I'm sitting across from you on a date trying to get to know you, and I'm spending my time on you, honey, you somewhere good in my mind. I know a lot of men be like, she going on a date with me. I wonder, does she like me? Honey, if she's agreed to going on a date with you, she likes you, okay? To some degree, you in there. All you got to do is not mess up the situation. Men tend to mess it up by the end of the date. It's men, I swear to God, it is so many men on this planet that I done went on one date with, and I looked at them, and I was like, we are never going on a date again. Think about it. I was a model, a TV personality. Imagine how many men have asked me out on a date. I done been on so many damn dates, it's ridiculous. And the reason why is because men don't usually make it past the first or second date with me because I get turned off easy. Like, I'm not the type of woman that just be like, I like this guy and I'm just gonna stalk him for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's so cute. He gets on my nerves in other areas, but because he's so cute, I'm just gonna keep him around. No! Usually a guy screws up the first date. He's either talking too much about his ex, rude to the damn waiter. I can't stand men who are rude to the waiter or the waitress. I can't. I can't stand it. Men who talk over me. I don't like that shit. Men who don't know how to listen. Men who talk about sex too soon. I had men sit there and talk about my breasts to me, my ass to me, my vagina to me. I don't like people who gossip. I don't like people talking to me about stuff that they heard about somebody else. I mean, it's all types of stuff that can just turn me off about a guy. I don't like a guy to be smacking. I just don't. I don't like guys who don't have a sense of humor, that don't know how to laugh. Listen, I get turned off easy by dudes. I'm sorry. I just do. Okay, so that first date, men don't be making it past that. Men be getting on my nerves early. Okay, anyway. First of all, by the second date, you know if you have chemistry. I agree, Kay Taunton. You should know by then. You really got to start doing live calls. Live calls. Let me tell you why I ain't done no live calls, because people be trolling. I remember one time I went on somebody else's channel. It's 2 times that I went on somebody else's channel, and they were supposed to like be a protective of me. And I get onto their channel, and then next thing you know, some trolls calling in, saying something ridiculous, starting some type of drama. I'm like, black you, cut it. Like, damn, can we sit here and have fun? My God, that's my thing. So I don't like to, you know, I don't like to do call-ins. Monica get it. She know the sun just tear up your whole car just dirty. I usually got chemistry, so it happens sooner, but I'm not pressing for sex. Yeah, don't press for sex. It's not that deep. If sex happens, it happens. It's not supposed to be something you're supposed to be chasing after. Hold on, let me go to the bottom. You gotta do is talk. Man is running. I don't need free food that bad. Exactly. Like if I'm using you for a free meal, I'm homeless. I don't eat often. Like any woman out here using you for a free meal, come on. She does not eat often. Christina, thank you. Okay, anyway, I used to date men I didn't like that much just for the experience. Paige, let me tell you something. I don't like you. Not you, Paige, but if I don't like you and we on a date, I'm not going to waste my time and experience you again. Like, why would you date a man you don't like just for the experience when you know damn well that experience is not going to be pleasant? It's a waste. It's a waste of time. Why would you waste your time? I don't want to experience nothing negative. I don't want to experience you getting on my nerves. I don't want to experience you saying something offensive. I don't want to experience none of that shit. I'm surprised you want to experience it, Paige. What you doing, Paige? Oh my God. Like, don't do that. It's a waste of time. Women giving up cooch for the food. Exactly. Like, who's gonna listen? If a woman is sleeping with you because you giving away free meals, she's superhead. She's Corinne Steffens. Corinne Steffens used to do that. If you read Corinne Steffens' book, right? She used to have sex with men or sleep with men because they would do her favors. Like, she used to talk about how Big Tigger used to give her money when she needed it for her and her son. Because sometimes she needed food and she didn't have money for her son, so Big Tigger would send it to her. And she was just sleeping with him for that. And most of the men she slept with was because they did stuff for her. She says it. She would like the reason why she gave Jay-Z head in the limousine was because Jay-Z allowed her to be in his video. Why? How is that of equal value? I'm sorry, listen. To me, I'm not about, first of all, I'm not about to give you head simply because you gave me McDonald's. Hello? I mean, French fries are $1. Like, I just, my head game is worth, listen, if I'm putting your near my face, you taking me somewhere that's priceless. I don't know where, Dubai or some shit. We going somewhere because I don't like head that much. Head ain't that spectacular for me to be like wanting to give you head because you gave me a meal. Come on. I don't know. I just think of it different. Paige, I don't think it's fair to judge women. They can have as much sex as men do for whatever reason they choose. I agree. You want to have sex. Listen, let's be clear what I'm saying so nobody gets offended. It's women out there that want to be in a relationship, and it's women out there that just want to have sex. If you the type of man that you just want to have sex with somebody, you shouldn't be asking somebody out on a date. There's no reason to date someone you just having sex with. Dating is for you to figure out who you want to be in a relationship with. It's nothing wrong with you just wanting to have casual sex if that's what you want for you. You are in a certain stage in your life. So if you're in a certain stage in your life where all you want is sex, hey, that's just where you stand. If you're in a stage in your life where you just want a relationship, a committed relationship, but you're not ready to be married, that's where you stand. If you're in a stage in your life where you just want to be married, That's where you stand, and all that is okay. Now, if you want to give head for some McDonald's French fries, that's your business. But Soncerae is not about to do that. No, no, no. I don't think so. To me, it's not equivalent. I ain't trying to judge you, but we just talking about women of high value here. If I want to give you head, or if I want to have sex with you, I'm gonna just have sex with you. You don't need to give me French fries for me to do that. It's just something that I want to do. It's not a fair exchange here. You know what I'm saying? I want to give it to you, and I just want to give it to you because I'm just in that mood. Then I'm gonna do that. You ain't gonna need to give me no meal for that. Men feel like the more they give you, the more sex you should give them. It's weird. I think that should stop. Just stop that. Okay. They're giving her, but they was giving her top dollar. Those dudes are rich. What dudes? What dudes you talk about, Talton? Remind me. Go back. Do you believe in hypergamy? I made a video about that. If you go look at my videos, right? I talk about it. I can't. It was a while ago. It was like 4 years ago. I did a video about it. I'm dry right here. I need to my T-zone be dry. This be dry. It be dry right here. I need some lotion. Um. Oh, we talking about Corinne. I forgot Corinne. They was giving her top dollar. Those dudes are rich. Jay-Z didn't give her any money. I said Jay-Z gave her. She gave Jay-Z head in a limousine because he let her be in his music video. Jay-Z didn't give her no money, but he still got head. Big Tigger was giving her thousands. Shaq was giving her thousands. I don't think Ray J was giving her anything, but she was teaching Ray J. Basically, Ray J was like too young to be having sex to begin with. Who else was she sleeping with? Ja Rule? Did she sleep with Ja Rule? She slept with Method Man. I think Shaq was the one that gave her the most money. Shaq was the one that was giving everybody. Listen, Shaq have no issues. Shaquille O'Neal has no issues with giving women that he's sleeping with money. If you notice, all of the women who has ever slept with him, he has no problem giving them paper. And lots of it. You know what I'm saying? He's never had that issue. And neither has what's the face? Snoop is what's interesting about Snoop is, Snoop supposedly don't love them hoes, right? But when Snoop got side chicks, he take really good care of them according to his side chicks. He takes good care of them financially and gives them, the treatment, basically. To be truth, if you're interested in being in a relationship, you should be focused on having fun and becoming friends and not have hell of serious limitations because you're coming in trying to control. No. Okay, so here's what I have to say about that. If you're truly looking for someone to be in a relationship with, you can focus on having fun and being friends, but you also have to have boundaries and standards. Do not throw your boundaries and standards and limitations out the window simply because you like someone. That's when you start giving people the benefit of the doubt, and the red flags that they show you that you don't need to be in a relationship with them, you start overlooking because you done took down your standards and requirements. It's okay to have fun, but you got to keep your boundaries and your standards because you got to cover yourself. You understand? You got to cover yourself because if you notice, when you having fun and you having a good time, you start overlooking stuff with so much ease. You start seeing stuff people do and you be like, well, I like this person, make me laugh. This person is whatever. I have fun with this person. We have good conversations. And then the negative stuff that they do, you looking over because you not trying to take it serious, or you trying to go with the flow, or foolishness like that. That's being foolish. That's how people end up inside of these relationships where they end up being hurt by somebody, or they end up, in the situation I was in. Let me tell you something. The situation I was in, and if you're sick of hearing it, my bad, but I'm going to keep telling you the story so it can be beating your head. Because, when you learn a lesson, you got to share it so people won't do it. All right? So listen, when I met my son's father, I was all go with the flow. I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to have fun. I'm not going to worry about it. Whatever is whatever. We supposed to be having fun. We supposed to be having a good time. I'm not supposed to be taking it serious, right? Mind you, before I met him, I had been single for a really long time. I wasn't interested in being in a relationship. He wasn't interested in a relationship. Okay, so we was just going with the flow of the situation, and somehow we flew into a relationship naturally. No one was forced. No one was coerced. Nothing. It just, here we are in a relationship. We love being around each other. We love talking to each other. We love having fun with each other. We love spending time together. Our relationship ain't even based on sex at all. We barely having sex, okay? Sex ain't even a good part of our relationship. We struggling in that department because number one, he can't keep it up. Number two, once it's up, it took a while to get there. All right, and once it's up, he come like that. So we got premature ejaculation and we got erectile dysfunction, right? So we not even having sex like that, but we doing everything else with each other and loving it, but not taking the fact that we having an issue with sex serious, not taking, some of the issues he had where he didn't have a car of his own, he didn't have a place of his own, he was working a job where he was only making $12 an hour. These are things that I wasn't taking serious. He didn't have his GED. So I was like, oh, it's okay. We'll just get his GED. We'll work towards that. That's what I kept saying. He was supposedly separated. Him and his ex-wife was telling me that they were separated when they wasn't, telling me the papers were signed when it wasn't. All types of stuff that I was just like, okay, I'm just flowing with it because I love him. I'm falling in love with him. It feels good. It feels blah, blah, blah. If I'd have stuck to my boundaries and my expectations, I never would have ended up dating him to begin with. Because let me tell you what my boundaries and expectations were. Number one, can't stand dudes that wear dreads. To me, men who wear dreads, it's always something up with them. Like, I don't know what it is, but every time I would run into a guy who had dreads, it was just driving me crazy. Number one, I like clean cut guys, okay? I wear braids every once in a while, but once they get messy, I want to take them out of my head. You understand? But with men with dreads, sometimes they don't take care of their dreads, so I don't like dreads. Number one, I refused before I met my son's father to date a man who had not graduated from college. What type of shit was I doing dating somebody who didn't even have a GED? Okay, now mind you, we talk about boundaries here that I let down because I wanted to go with the flow. Okay, he had a job where he was only making $12 an hour. He didn't have more than one source of income, and usually with me, I'm dating someone who is a businessman. Usually, I'm dating men who have more than one source of income, or they have a job that's paying them really, really well. Never dated a guy who was as broke as this one. I think I know, I even think the guy that I was engaged to where I had the miscarriage, remember, like 10 years ago, even he was doing, like, he was into IT. So he would go do IT jobs and go make money. So my son's father was the opposite of everything that I would usually date. All of the boundaries, all of the expectations I took down because I wanted to go with the flow and not take it that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still terrible. It's terrible. Thanks, Mark. You the one, Mark. You the one. You the one, Mark. You the one. I like when Mark moderate my comment section. I be like, go, Mark, go, Mark, go, Mark, because I can't do it all the time. I'm doing some other stuff all the time. Anyway, so having your expectations and standards is not about manipulating or controlling the situation. Manipulating and controlling the situation is more if you lie to somebody, if you omit to someone. That's how you control and manipulate a situation. Not having boundaries and standards. Having boundaries and standards is something we're all supposed to do. Okay, but when you start lying about whether you're in a relationship or not, over somebody, how much money you make, what your career is, stuff like that, that's when you start to lie and manipulate a situation. Okay. Lakeisha. Lakeisha Harris, I am. You asking me how old was he if he had erectile dysfunction? Listen, I'm 40. Like, I noticed that a lot of people in my audience are between the age of 25 and 35. I see that in my demographics, so y'all kind of young. But my son's father, when we were dating, he was 38 and I was 38. So our son is like 2 now. But yeah, he had erectile dysfunction. He said he had it. He said he got the issue of it before, because he went to like the Dominican Republic a couple of months before we started dating, and ever since he had left the Dominican Republic, he had been having issues with his penis. I don't know what happened down there, but he was sleeping with prostitutes down there. Ain't gonna tell her what happened to his penis. His penis just was like, I don't think so. Or, what he did lie and tell people on social media was that he said he wasn't attracted to me physically. I mean, he had no issue with eating me out. He seemed always sexually attracted to me. I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, so you normally date guys with money. You reject them all to pick a brokey because he had time to get to your heart. No. Let me tell you why I decided to date a brokey, a brokey, a dusty. So the reason why I decided to date a dusty is because on my YouTube channel, right? I've been doing YouTube for a long time, and for the most part, I was giving men relationship advice. This is what I always did on my channel, was give men relationship advice and just teach men how to deal with women, right? I never was like a man basher or whatever else everybody be hearing, but I gave men relationship advice. And so men was always telling me that my standards were high and that I could find love and happiness in a guy who didn't have all of those things, and that I was in my own way, and that was the reason why I hadn't found somebody to be in a relationship with. And I needed to move all of these obstacles out the way for somebody to get to my heart, right? So when I met my son's father and I found out he was a blue collar worker, he didn't have his GED, he didn't have, all of the things that I look for in a man as far as finances and career go, there was still other things as far as his personality, as far as where I thought he was spiritually, that also, was a plus to me. So it wasn't like throw the whole man away. It's just like we could work on these things. These things that we're talking about as far as education and money and business, these are things that we can work on and fix, you know? But what I failed to realize is that if somebody is damn near 40 and they still ain't got this stuff, or they ain't even working towards it, it's nothing that you can do to create that for them or encourage them. If they don't want to get it, they just don't want to do it. What I noticed with my son's father is at first he was trying to become a better man. And not just for me, but for himself. You understand? And I respect that about him because he wanted to go out there and get his GED. I was helping him study. I was trying to start businesses with him. I was encouraging sources of income. So I was really working towards trying to help him be a better man for himself, not just me, but to be a better provider in the event that, he needed to kick into gear. If I couldn't, do what we needed to do. But the thing about, when you're that old, when you're over 35, these are things that he should have worked on a long time ago, right? A long time ago. And I made the mistake of, I had already been in like a financial hardship, and I was just getting myself back to where I needed to be financially. And then he came around and it drained me. And so I should have factored in his history as far as his finances and his career and stuff like that, because then that would have showed me, okay, he has a history of not doing what he's supposed to do. He has a history of somebody else taking care of his responsibilities for him. He's not just going to kick into gear and get it right immediately, especially if he doesn't and doesn't want it. And I found out he didn't want it. He didn't want to be that man, or he'd have worked hard. You know what I mean? He'd have worked hard to be that. She said Lloyd was broke and didn't have any money for engagement ring. Yeah, that's why she has a tattoo on her finger. Yeah, Lloyd again could do like IT work. Like if Lloyd needed to go get some money right quick, he could go to an agency and get a contract for a year or two. So I wasn't concerned about Lloyd because Lloyd had already a history of like getting a decent corporate job and getting money. Priest didn't have that. So with Lloyd, it was just like, oh, he was broke, but the potential, that's the problem with me. The potential with Lloyd is what made me attracted to Lloyd. And what was the potential of Priest is what made me attracted to Priest. And that's the problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like that, like ladies, do not date a man's potential. Because even if he has the potential that you think you could believe in him more than he believed in himself. That's how it was with Priest. I believed in him more than he believed in himself. And then he ended up quitting on himself in the middle of our relationship, which was the worst time to do it. Because here I was sitting here pregnant. If anything, he should have tried harder to be a better man so my son could have a decent father. Oh, let me tell you the joke somebody said last night. That was funny that I told Mark. Somebody came into my damn comment section talking about some Priest did a live stream last night about the guide to being a good man, or what is it? Priest, they put in the comment section. FYI, your baby daddy is doing a live stream right now called The Guide to Manhood. I said, if that's the truth, that's funny as hell. That's hilarious. Like, he's doing a what? Shut up. Anyway, I feel like he didn't really, he stopped believing in himself. But yeah, I tattooed Lloyd's name on my finger because he couldn't afford an engagement ring. I thought that was sweet, but it's still here. Well, no, finger tattoos fade. So right now, all you see is like LYD. The second L and the O are like gone, and it's like LYD. And my hearts, these are hearts. And this is a ladybug. This is like a treble clef. Do you guys know what a treble clef is? A music note. That's all that is. It's kind of hard to see. But anyway, hand tattoos fade. Okay, so he should use that blue pill on you. Would have woke your life up. I don't know what the blue pill. Oh, you talking about? You talking about Viagra? You want to get this man Viagra at the age of 38? Is it 38-year-olds out here using Viagra? Oh my Lord. I date men in their 50s who can still get hard. That's what I'm saying. 38. Christina, thank you. 38. Damn. Like, and need Viagra? Come on. I don't know. I think something else was wrong with his penis. Okay, so you right. Tend to pick women who are enhanced spiritually. Yeah, let me tell you, I thought he was like very spiritual. First of all, he was wearing that unk around his neck. That unk. You understand that life around his neck. So I was like, okay. I didn't know he was a hotep at the time. I was just like, oh, look at you. You know, I'm into your little Egyptology. During that time, I didn't even know what a hotep was yet. I kind of slightly knew, but I didn't know they was real. I thought it was just something. I just thought hotep was something that people would talk about on like YouTube and shit or on the internet. I didn't know hoteps was real. I thought they was like unicorns and shit and fairies. I didn't know. You know? I thought a hotep was like a goblin. I didn't know that they actually exist in real life. You know? Hoteps is something that you talk about when you're talking about The Ring or motherfucking Harry Potter. Not real life out here. So anyway, I knew he had this thing about spirituality and Egyptology, and I knew he used to be Hebrew Israelite. But what it boiled down to is he didn't know who he was or what he wanted to be. That's what it boils down to. You can't date somebody that don't know themselves or don't know what they want or who they are. That's just terrible. You should be able to work on yourself while you are in a relationship without neglecting. Exactly. Like, you don't just give up on yourself inside of a relationship. Okay? You work on yourself too. All right? You don't just work on yourself and then when you get in a relationship with that person, you just forget the self-care. No. You still got to be an individual inside of a relationship and come together and unify together and enhance each other's lives, not deplete it. My son's father came into my life to destroy. He tried to deconstruct what I was already building. And that's a problem. When a person doesn't know how to build and all they know how to do is a demolition project, that's not somebody you need to be with. And Priest used to, like, when my mother used to get on the phone with Priest and try to talk to him about being a good father to Justice, Priest will always say shit to my mother like, you don't know who I am. I would destroy her. Telling my mother about me. I would destroy her. She don't know who she dealing with. Oh, you taking pride in trying to destroy the mother of your child? Are you crazy? Like, what is wrong with you? This woman ain't done nothing to you. Nothing to you. And you over here trying to convince the world that she a liar and did all of this stuff to you. People like that. Something is really wrong with them. Like, people, it's something really wrong with people who don't know how to do self-reflection. They don't know how to self-evaluate. They don't know how to build anything. And instead of you having sympathy for them and putting yourself in a position to where you're closer to them and thinking that you about to help them be a better person, you need to walk away from those type of people, especially if they're over 35. Like, maybe if somebody in their early 20s and they giving you somewhat of an issue, then possibly. But to be over 35 and you have nothing to show for it, that means zero, not even a resemblance of a career or a money or nothing that you could, nothing that's a trampoline that you can bounce on and skyrocket off of to fix whatever problem you have, then something is wrong. You know, you don't have any skill or any type of education. See, people thought, let me tell you something what people thought about me. People thought that YouTube was all I had. They this was the only place I was getting income. This was the only place that I ended up becoming popular on. It's so many other things that I'm doing with my life that if I decided to stop doing YouTube videos right now, I'm still going to make money regardless because I've built a foundation elsewhere. You understand? So if you see me, like people saw me being homeless, they saw me homeless and pregnant. How did I end up that way? And a man thinking this man was going to kick in the gear if I ever couldn't take care of myself. That's the worst thing a woman could do. Don't ever think that you can, don't ever get this comfortable, right? With a man that doesn't have a GED, doesn't have a decent job, doesn't have all of the financial stability there. Don't ever get comfortable enough and think that if y'all over 30 now, and think that he'll be able to kick in the gear and take care of you if you can't take care of yourself. It's different when you 19 or you under 30, you know, between 19 and 30, you meet a man and he doesn't really have himself together. That's his age group. But when you start getting over 30, if a man is not coming to you with something, like at least a degree, don't deal with him. Don't deal with him. My thing is I could be homeless, right? I could lose everything one day and still have the skill and ability and motivation to turn around and rebuild something back up. Y'all saw me do it already. Did it. You know, it's not that I couldn't. You know, and we all fall down. You understand? We all fail at some point in our life. The ability to be able to get back up after all that is the plus. That's what makes you a well-rounded human being. But if you lazy and you don't want to do the work and you always trying to shortcut everything, you're never going to make it. You're never going to make it. Priest wanted this job he had so bad. The job that he had when he and I was together, he wanted so bad. And he did the job well. It was a nice blue collar job. It wasn't paying a lot, but he loved his job. He loved his coworkers. He was working at City Hall, but he was working at City Hall through an agency. And so in order for him to become permanent at City Hall, which is anybody who works there, that's a government job. In order for him to get this job, all he had to do was get his GED. That's all he had to do. They were ready to hire him. All he had to do was get his GED. That's it. So while we was in a relationship, I was trying to get him to get it. But after we worked on it a couple of months, he started getting tired of it. He started not wanting to do it. He started wanting to give up on himself. He never did get that GED, and he lost that job that he loved so much. Come on now. If he'd have kept it, all he had to do was go get his GED. That's it. Not give up on yourself and do the work. That's laziness. Mental laziness is just as bad as physical laziness. It's just as bad, if not worse. So Priest's biggest problem was his mental laziness. That's why anybody could tell him anything and get him steered in the wrong direction. That's why he could get online and listen to a whole bunch of people say a whole bunch of negative shit. And he just believed it because he was weak mentally. I want all women need a man who is mentally strong. Okay? Mentally strong. All right? I mean, you got to do the work to get your mind strong. Your mind is a muscle. So you got to do the work. And if you're too lazy to do the work, then you're not going to have nothing to show for it once you get over 30. Seriously. We create positive energy and try to keep it circulating so you have nothing but harmony and prosperity. I know that's right. You better get that meditation on. That Nam Yo Renge Kyo. That's not my chant, by the way. I'm Buddhist. Those who don't know I'm Buddhist. My chant is Hindu, though. Y'all ready to hear it? Bui bu vaswata savitumbare yo nagore basyari mahiri yo nakachodaya. That's my chant, y'all. Y'all ready? Do it with me. Bui bu va Swata saving tumbarenyo nagore basyari mahidio yo nakachotaya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me tell you something. It cleared my mind every time. My mother, my family be looking at me like, is she really chanting right now? Like, I chant like anywhere. If I can't deal with it, I will stop what I'm doing and just sit there and be like it's nothing. I want my peace. And I remember telling my son's father when I first met him, and this was important, and maybe he's forgotten this. I said to him, both of our happiness is important to me. And I'm very much in tune with my spirit, and I'm trying to be happy. And if you're not trying to bring peace and happiness into my life, we don't need to be together. If you ever feel like you are trapped inside of our relationship, you need to tell me, because I always want you to feel free. I never want you to feel like you are trapped in a relationship with me. If you unhappy, you need to tell me that so I can let you go. I'm not here to bring negativity and drama into your life. I'm here to enhance your happiness. I told him that straight off the break. You heard me? He came into the relationship with so much drama. It's so much baggage. It's so much negativity. And I didn't start seeing it until after we were together for about 2 months, 3 months. And that's when I started seeing him. But because I was like kind of go with the flow, I was trying to stick with him, because I'm a real loyal type of chick. Like, I'm real loyal to the guys I end up with, and I wanted to love him. I wanted to be loyal to him. I wanted to see him be like this great man. I believed in him more than he believed in himself, man. And that type of shit right there is so valuable, because you're not going to always meet women who are like that with you. So if you ever, as a man, if you ever meet a woman who genuinely loves you and believes in you more than you believe in yourself, you better hold on to her, because it is not a lot of women out there that's going to match with you in that way. She might match with another man. She might be a good woman, like I said before. Good men and women, just because you're a good man or a good woman doesn't mean you match with every single person. It doesn't mean that you're compatible with every single person. If you see somebody who you end up being so compatible with and y'all got a decent friendship, don't let pettiness come in and take you away from that person, because real friendships and real soul ties and real, when you got a spiritual connection with somebody, that stuff is so real and so much more valuable than any other shallow type of thing that other people look for inside of a relationship. Oh, she cute. Oh, she got money. Oh, she do YouTube videos. Oh, she famous. Oh, she a celebrity. Shit like that is not valuable inside of a relationship. You want a person who is stable. And let me tell you something about stability before I go, because I'm about to be out. Stability. The way you can be stable is if you have three types of people in your life. Okay? Number one, an attorney. Good attorney. Make sure you have one. Okay? Number two, a good accountant. Help you with your money. All right? And your finances. All right? Have a decent financial planner somewhere. Number three, spiritual guide. Somebody to spiritually guide you. I don't care what your religion is. And I mean a human being, not just God, not just Buddhist, what you believe in, the Book of Quran, whatever. I don't care if who you believe in is Hercules. You still need to have an actual human being that actually helps you with your spirit. Have those three things in life, you'll be fine. You will be fine. So anyway, when I'm not online and you out here wondering what I'm doing, just know I'm out here capturing that good energy, baby. Okay? I'm so happy and grateful, joyful and free. Everything is always working out for me. You heard me? Can I get a voila? Can I get a voila? Not voila. Somebody came in the chat last time talking about some voila. It's voila with a V. My life is magical. I'm happy and wealthy, peaceful and healthy. You heard what I'm talking about? Can I get a voila? Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you subscribe to me on my channel. Also, follow me on Instagram at the Real Soncerae so you can check out my free live streams. Okay, when that membership pop up, join the fam. Join the fam. Now, everybody that decides not to join the fam, I'm still gonna have some stuff up for you, but it's not gonna be as juicy. Okay, it's not gonna be as good. All right, but I got you, Slick. Though I got you, but not how I'm gonna have my members of my family. They my family. You know, they check. They listen. They hitting that join button. So we here. I got you. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay. Be good now. Be good. Wait. Who? Wait. What? The real talking doesn't work with them. You just have to watch their actions. That's true. We might move to Vegas. Vegas, okay? All right, my husband is getting close to retirement. All right, I'm reading. Especially this Cali life, you need 5 things. I'm telling you, in California, yo, you need like several sources of income. Y'all think I'm living it up with my little child support check, the $61. No, that's $61 a week. Listen, that shit's no money. No money. Anyway, wherever you live, have more than one source of income, okay? Always be able to do something. Buttons is in here. Y'all want to say hi to Buttons? Hold on. Let's say bye to Buttons before we go. Hold on. Buttons. Buttons. Say bye. Say bye, bye. He like, I'm trying to sleep. Like, I was in here chilling. I don't even know why you even bothering me right now. He's sleeping on Justice toy. Yeah, that's Justice toy. Told y'all how they be doing the car. Got the toys all in the car, the food and pretzels and salt and all types of stuff. And, child. Anyway, have vision and stay focused, y'all. Namaste.